Hello, welcome to Spreadsheets for Accounting, AAT Level 3, the Osborne books, Chapter 4, and we're into the Function Wizard here. I've already done a Function Wizard video, but this is another one, just to see if you didn't get the first time, we'll have another try here. So the Function Wizard set out in page 108 of the book. I'm going to change the example used within here. You're not really going to use the Function Wizard for a sum equation. You'll use the auto sum, so it seems a bit pointless to me. You're more likely to be using the Function Wizard in reality when we get to things like the lookups and things like that. So I'm going to use a proper example that you'll use in the exam here. So I've got this table over here. It's got some people, and when they've been off on sick, and the number of sickness days that they've had, and I want to see how much these individual people have had. So instead of putting person 1 in, I'll put now person 3 in. So person 3 has had 52 days off sick on us. And how did I create that equation? Well, if I put an equal sign in front of that, this is what this equation would be, which looks quite complicated, doesn't it, really? It's not what's known as a sum-if equation, and it sort of says, look in this column here, which is H to H. Well, it's actually, I've put some extra columns in, so it would actually be J to J. Let's change that. J to J. Look at A1, which is the look for that, and then add up anything that's associated with that in column K to K. Right, so look up in here. Look up for that, which will be anybody who's person 3. So I can see there's a 14 days for there. There must be there's a 34 there as well. And was there something else? A 3 over here. Oh, and a 1 there as well. And then add up all of those figures into there. So as this changes, and let's have a look at person 10, let's say here, oh, they've had a heck of a lot. 107. So add these things up. Now that looked a really useful equation. Very useful in terms of how it works in practice. If you know how to use this, you'll use it a lot. It saves a huge amount of time. However, that seems really hard to create. We've got 3 things going on here. We've got to get our commas in place. We've got to put the right name in here. We've got to get our brackets in the right place. Is there an easier way to do this? And yes, there is. It's the Function Wizard. So where we find the Function Wizard in the formula section. Now, as I've always sit and complain about game mode sometimes in this video. If I switch the Function Wizard on, it will switch the video off. So I'm going to print screen this for you. How did I produce this equation then? Well, I've gone into the equation bit in here. I hit the insert function button. And when I hit that, up comes this here. So here we are. I hadn't put a sum-if in there. Typically we'll put your whatever equations that you've been reusing recently here first. But this is where you type in the equation that you're after in here. You can either have a bit of a go at it in terms of a brief description, or you can put the actual equation that you're after in there, and you put that in that box there, and you press go. Okay, so I put sum-if in here, I press go, up come sum-if options, and I press the sum-if one, and I press OK. Now we've selected the sum-if, and it starts writing for me. So when you do that, it will switch in this little box and go equal sum-if, open bracket. Then it starts to give you the blocks of the options that can be going in. Now remember previously, in the previous chapters at the start, we were sort of discussing these things called required and optional options. So some will be required, so in here everything's required. If we were in a VLOOKUP, there's one block that isn't required, but we do require it anyway because it never really works without it. So in here now then, I have this thing, and I can click out here, and this will take me back into the spreadsheet. If I click on here, and I sort of put my ranges, and you can see how we now have things called ranges, criteria, and then more ranges. So this here would be a range in here. So I put everything in column A. Then I have the criteria, this person A here. So whenever you find anything in this column that is this, then add up anything that's in this column. And that's how I did that equation, and then I pressed OK. Now, do you need to know this sum if at this point? No, you don't, but what you do need to do, and what will really be useful, is to be able to use this function wizard, and it will write the equation for you, and all you have to then do is click at cells. This makes it a lot easier than having to write out like that with the little commas in place and putting the brackets in the right place and actually naming the thing correctly, getting the equation at the front as well. So I think you'll tend to use this function wizard mainly in your exam and in your preparation. Over time, so for myself, I don't use it anymore because I have other things that I just write it. But starting out, this will save you a lot of time. Hope that was useful. Make sure you get used to using that function wizard and try and get out on the equations as you're going along. The book won't really tend to refer to it going forward, but when you're actually creating it, use the function wizard for all of these various functions you're going along. You'll find it a lot easier. Hope that's helpful. Speak to you soon.